What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott Gatamas, and I'm really happy you're all here. Big hello to those of you in the Zoom room. Hello to those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube and have kind of stumbled onto us, perhaps. And a big hello to those of you watching the recording. What would it be like, or what has it been like for you, if you can relate to this, to have extraordinary gifts, to be very psychic, to be very empathic, to see things that other people don't see? Maybe it's auras, maybe it's strange lights. Maybe you have connection to angelic energies or galactic family or deceased loved ones, or what people like to call imaginary friends. What if you can know what other people are thinking? Well, tonight we're going to meet a number of people who have these gifts and discovered these gifts at an early age. And they're going to be sharing with us their story of what it's been like to have these gifts, what it's been like to deal with the matrix, what happens when you're living in 5D, but you're surrounded by muggles and surrounded by a 3D world that doesn't recognize it, that even maybe calls you crazy or weird or strange. Well, tonight, we're celebrating strange. We're celebrating unique. And we've got a really extraordinary group of people with us. Desiree, who is one of our regulars, she has brought with us a very, very special family. Some of you are familiar with the telepathy tapes, and we actually have one of the families that's been featured on the telepathy tapes. And we're going to actually watch how nonverbal telepathic communication happens in real time. That's going to be amazing. We have a psychic coming back. She was with us before, Bridget Bertera. And another one of our favorites now, Hannah Bork, is with us, and she's going to bless us a little bit with her story and also with some of her song, and that's always a blessing. And this show actually was originally designed in support of Karina Angela, who's with us, even though her camera doesn't appear to be on right in this moment. But we're blessed to have Karina with us. And we always start our shows with music. Oh, I should also mention, of course, with a topic like tonight, Diara is with us. So we're definitely going to have prayer time with Diara and probably hear what she has to say. For those of you who are new to us, we always start our shows with music. And it is my honor and my pleasure, as always, to turn things over to our beloved house musical artist, Omar Shar.
Yay, namaste and welcome everybody. And I definitely was surrounded by muggles when I was growing up, and it's taken me so many years to peel the onion layer back. And tonight we are really a universal, worldwide audience, because we have everything for everybody from Ecuador all the way to Pakistan. And I'm just giving a shout out to Noreen and Ramail from Pakistan, who are with us tonight as well. And so without further ado, trust to love is one thing that we need to do again. Nothing in my life's the same. It seems my world is falling into the dust that gave it birth. Empty feelings find me deep in contemplation, waiting for the rise of Mother Earth. And we are what we've come here for, and we all feel that our hearts are true, and together we will make it home, and we'll trust to love once more. Walking through these fields of fear that bid for my attention, I don't live here anymore. I surrender to the flow that gives me new direction. All there is to do is trust and fly, and we all what we've come here for, and we all feel that our hearts are true, and together we will make it home, and we'll trust to love once more. We all know what we've come here for, and we all feel that our hearts are true, and together we will make it home, and we'll trust to love once more.
Let's all send love and blessings and appreciations to our beloved Shar. He really makes this show rock and roll, and it's all about love. And almost sure all your songs, but the words and the music and just the energy you bring is all about love. And
Thank you. Yes,
love
it is. Thank you.
absolutely, thank you. I'm really, I'm almost not nervous. Isn't the right word, but there's an anticipation that I have about tonight's show because I just have a feeling that we're going to talk about love. Our heart's going to really open. Our minds are going to open. It's going to be a very expansive evening. And it's my pleasure to bring on somebody who has really, become a big part of this show. And of course, I'm talking about Desiree. She has really just become such a beautiful part of the awakening world. And when she texted me yesterday and said, "Hey, I'm meeting this amazing family. Do you think we could have them on the show?" And I was like, "Oh my God, well, Desiree, do you know what we're doing tomorrow night?" And here we are. So thank you, Desiree, for all that you do. And I'm going to turn over to you to introduce us to a very special family.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, whew, I'm just grounding a little bit. I'm so excited to introduce this family. I had the opportunity of meeting them probably about 6 months ago, and the son's name is Noah. And Noah ends up walking by me, and I was like, he's gonna stop and talk. And he circled back around. I knew nothing. Like, I didn't even know about telepathy tapes until I came to the Global Peace Tribe. Um, and I didn't know who he was either. And he walked right up to me, and we just instantly connected. And it was just a miraculous experience, even to have him work on me. Well, you fast forward to this past weekend, I was at Contact Modalities, which is kind of the Midwest contact in the desert where we have, all the paranormal and all the things there. And again, I ran into Noah and Adriana. And I guess they had told their mom about 3 days prior to that. They're like, we're going to see our friend Desiree. So we've been talking telepathically. We've been doing all of these crazy, amazing things, but I'd rather you hear it from them than me. So I'd like to introduce Mom, Sharon, and Adriana.
Hello, everybody. Noah doesn't use his vocals, but Adriana does. It doesn't come out as regular language. She's still non-speaking, and we use a letterboard, but she definitely feels energy, and she's ready to say something. Yes. Big feelings here. This group is amazing. I feel everyone. Good hearts, and souls. This is an honor to be here. Thank you. And notice when she's quiet, that's when she's connecting. Although she uses her vocals to move the energy, clean the. Yep. Is that not the right word? Yes. Cleanse the energy. Shift consciousness and vibrations. And she said Noah's on his way. We'll see. I know he's always working on a lot of things and he likes to make a last minute. So he may even pop in after our segment. Anything else? Need to angle that so they can see your hand movements. Because you're going along with Desiree. Yeah.
Love you, girl.
You do that too? Do that. You do that? There it is. It's close. So Noah and Adriana are on the first season of the telepathy tapes. It's episode 10, where they have, I don't know, maybe 20 non-speakers, but they are the energy healers based in Indiana, although we moved to Decatur, Illinois, central Illinois on a lake, right about the time their episode came out. And you have something else, don't you? Yes. Ah. She started to type XOXO, which is Noah coming in, and it's that fight of the body. So he may be on his way. I'm not sure. I know Kara's on here on the iPad in our other room, and she's on screen, and our life's a little different.
Absolutely. You know, Sharon, while we're waiting, what's your life been like, you know, to have such a unique pair of beautiful souls to be taken care of and learning from? And what's your experience been like?
Well, we have a third child too. So our oldest, he's 30, and he has what was called Asperger's syndrome. And it's I think, level 1 or something, but it's still a thing. He's different from everybody else. And the same thing with Noah and Adriana. We never considered them severe. We didn't know about their abilities until 2020. Because with the letterboard, what I use is facilitated communication. And that was the original the spelling boards for communication. It started in the late 70s with the late Rosemary Crosley. She passed a couple of years ago. She was from Australia, and she actually taught me how to do facilitated. I was feeling for productive muscle movement. So mine was the hands-on. So it was mom learning, because the kids already knew everything, but we didn't know that. So, so 2020, I was feeling for the muscle movement with Noah, and it felt different. The words were different. And my father, who had passed 15 years prior, had come in. And so that started that instant mediumship. And also the kids, the shared consciousness, which was one of the things that I didn't know was a real thing until I started listening to the telepathy tapes. And just because we were on that, on the podcast for a minute, everything the podcast has been talking about, we can relate to. And so I've learned from that and learned from other healers like Desiree.
Yeah, we actually had a really amazing experience yesterday. A lot of you guys know that are on the show that I'm an energy interpreter. So you can actually see me move with the energy and kind of tell you what's happening with it. And so being with Sharon and Noah, I actually interpreted everything he was doing. I could feel even those little tiny touches on your wrist would actually change circuitry within my spine. When he made little adjustments to my toes, I mean, just little tiny like tweak. You could just feel the adjustments in my head, in my spine, and my chakras. He's actually very much in charge. He's got some big energy. So he would just walk in. He was like, "Hey, by the way, can you clear my house? And why not the city too?" And he was just like nonchalant and say, "Hey, get to work." Absolutely amazing. And he's been talking to me all morning. I felt his energy come in. I'm surprised we haven't actually seen him yet, but
I think he's on his way downstairs. I'm watching from the corner to see if I can grab him before our time's up. Let's see.
You know what we can also do is we can go to one of our other presenters, and if Noah wants to pop in, if he's not quite ready now, and you want us to go to one of our other presenters, and then just let us know when you and Noah are ready, and we'll come back to you. How does that sound?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, when he's ready, he'll be here the whole time. Adriana, it's just that I had to bribe her with cheesecake because it's her relaxing time at night. So it's like, come on, she'll do it. She loves to, but it's that fight of the body. But Noah, once he's on, he's ready. So.
Okay, great. All right. I knew that tonight was going to be very, very follow the flow, spontaneous kind of an evening. So we
And
will
in the chat, he says, Noah asked me to relay. He is in the higher realms right now, and getting back is a bit of a travel, but he really appreciates this opportunity to join, and he'll be with us as soon as possible.
Oh, beautiful. And thank you. That's from Cara. So thank you,
Yeah.
Cara, for sharing that. Beautiful. All right.
Awesome.
Well, we look forward to seeing Sharon and Adriana, perhaps, and Noah for sure a little bit later, and of course, Desiree. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Karina Angela, who is the person in the beginning. There was Karina, and it was good. Karina was who kind of was the original kind of idea for this show. And she's been on our show before. She's been on our Authors That We Love, and she's also part of the International Space Federation that we do lots of shows with. And Karina, welcome. And I would love for you to share with our audience a little bit about your history and your story.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I just really appreciate and honor this time. I'm a little nasally, so sorry. um, yeah, this whole show came about, I'm 56 and what started happening very early on when I was 5. So this has been with me, a part of my life for a very long time. And, it gets to a point sometimes where we isolate ourselves because we do feel different. And I'm in the process of helping others open up to their amazement. And it's okay to share, and it's okay to share your experiences. My first out of body experience was when I was 5, and it came out of fear. I was almost trampled by a cow. I grew up on a farm, and I walked into the pasture with this big fluffy jacket on that had spots on it. And one of our cows thought she was a bull and was protecting the herd, but she thought I was an animal, so she was going to charge me. So all I remember is this huge cow's head coming directly to my body, my little 5-year-old body. And my grandfather was very empathic. He was like 6'1", and he just knew something was going on. And he came out and he said, "Karina, don't move." And within that moment, in that tone, that frequency, my whole body froze and I went up and out of my head. And everything was in slow motion, but everything was very fast and I could see everything happening. And then in the next second, he said, "Duchess, stop." And the actual cow stopped right in her tracks. And I could just see everything. And it was popping out of my body within the fear. But then when my grandmother came into the pasture and grabbed my shoulders to fling me over the fence, I popped right back into my body. So that was the first experience. And then, after that, so many other experiences happened. And I started opening up to different energies and seeing things and witnessing things and popping up and out of my body spontaneously. And yeah, that's kind of how it all began. It was very bizarre. And, trying to convey this to other people was difficult and challenging. And, I'd be on the playground and I would see one of my friends, fall out of the swing, and I'd go to help. And then the yard duty would think that I was pushing, my friend. And then I'd end up in the principal's office sitting there going, but I was trying to help. I was trying to help. And so it was a lot of those things. Growing up as a young child, and at one point I had to shut it down and yeah, and deal with that and how that was. And then it became very painful. So then I would open up again. And then so it continued like this for years and years and years. And as I grew older, um, the dots started connecting and things started opening up. And then I started, astral traveling and then I met my Galactic Soul family, and it's just been a wild ride. So, and it's difficult for me to speak about myself, so it's better, if I am asked questions. It's just like,
Absolutely. Well,
yeah.
one of the things that's most fascinating is you've been connecting to the spirit of Nikola Tesla, I believe, for 5 years now,
Yeah.
and you've
Yeah.
been keeping an extraordinary record of your communications with him. So
Mhm.
please tell us about that.
Yeah, he came in 2020, right after Edgar Casey did. And Edgar Casey came in 2019, and then I wrote several books for him. And then Nikola Tesla came in a year later. And I believe, yeah, and it's been what, almost 6 years, and it's every day. So I started automatically writing when I was 7. So that's a part of my journey, what had transpired, and just opening up to all these abilities. But it's been fascinating. It's just been incredible. Just the amount of information that has come through. And sometimes I don't understand it and I don't need to because it's for other people, the information. But I just keep working and keep receiving and keep tapping in, and yeah, I just kind of open up myself. I mean, I've over the years, I mean, I've had thousands and thousands of out of body experiences. And so when he came in, it just, I was up and out, and we just kind of, connected, and then began this interesting journey for the last many, many years. So yeah, it's 2020. So it's been very interesting.
I'm going to take people to your website because there's so much there.
Mhm.
And I really want to encourage people to dive in. And
Yeah.
so she uses Patreon. Now you can come
Mhm.
in and there is a way to join for free. And she offers so many things on her website, but it's the origin of light. So I've put the link into the chat box. For those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, go to patreon.com/CW/the origin of light. And there's so many fascinating posts here. I actually tuned in and watched your video about David Wilcock yesterday and your
Yeah.
experience of being on this massive Pleiadian ship.
Yeah.
You're going back and forth
Yeah.
between being in deep woods and a Pleiadian ship,
Yeah.
and David Wilcock, um, who, of course, many of us knew. He was on the show a few years ago. Um,
Mhm.
and so she's really tapped in some fascinating ways. Tell us about the Chronicles. What actually are the Chronicles?
Mhm. Yeah, the Chronicles of Karina Angela and Nikola Tesla. So there's hundreds and hundreds of entries. So on a daily basis, he would tap in and show me things, and then I would just sketch it or write about it or research it, whatever needed to be done. I'm like the translator. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'm sketching and whatever's coming in, and I'm rarely asking questions. So it's been really fascinating. So I've taken all of the days, and there's been hundreds of days, since 2020. And so I'm going day to day, going back into so everything's handwritten. And so I go back into that day, and then I translate what, like 20 pages, 50 pages, and then I condense them down into a few pages, and then I insert it into like day one of the Chronicles. And so that's how I've yeah, yeah, created it. That's how he wanted it created. It's not
And what's
me.
it like for you to have so much input coming in? Like, do you have choice or do you just have lots of people knocking on your door energetically and telepathically?
Honestly, I'm very regimented that way, and I'm very focused, laser focused. So yeah, there's been times that, people pop in. I'm like, no, no, and I thank you very much, and then they go. So it's very interesting, and but also it's my path. It's my path is very, very clear on certain things that I can tap into and not tap into. So it's very, and I've learned that over the years, and it's just very laser focused for me when I'm working, and I can turn it off and turn it on immediately. So it's very interesting. So David Wilk, I mean, that was fascinating because I've never connected in with him. And he connected in with me twice, and he's like, "Please create a video," and I'm like, "Okay." And it was fascinating. I mean, he is so funny, and he's working on the most extraordinary things right now. And it's interesting because people, I think, don't realize how much, you have a lot of power here, but then when you cross over, the sky is not the limit. It's quite extraordinary, and things happen so fast in the quantum realms and over, wherever anybody goes. It's really magnificent. And it's wonderful when you can connect in, and we all can, it's just like when you connect in and you bring those beautiful, amazing pieces in for other people to help them in so many different ways. It's just such a fascinating journey and responsibility, I think, to be your amazing self, for other people, because you're their eyes, you're their ears, you're their voice, and that I think is um sorry so important to understand. um and when Edgar and Gladys came in 2019 for me, they wanted me to continue with their legacy for the new children of the world. And that's what the first book is all about, and the second book and the third book. And if I didn't acknowledge that, what a disservice that is, right? So I think for so many people out there that have so many incredible gifts, it's mm, it's so important. It's so incredibly important to share your amazement with the world, because we all need your amazement, and we all need your gifts and your abilities to help each other. Um, and from my journey, it's I'm 56 now, and I've isolated myself so much so where it's just like, oh, I don't think I needed to, it's like you get to a point where you think, oh, nobody's going to understand me. Nobody, all of the things that you get caught up in your head, and then you dive into your work, and that's what you do. And but for people to open up and know that that's okay, and your experiences are amazing and can help someone else. And I'm in it now and learning to open up more and more and not be so isolated. So I think that's, to navigate through that more easily. And maybe this would be helping somebody out there to celebrate your strange, you know, whatever it is, and celebrate it and honor it and love it, and know that, you're wildly curious and amazing, and that's okay. So, yeah, I just want to share that. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And there's so much more that I know that Reverend Jeffrey, who first introduced you to us, has a quick question. But before we go to your question, we're going to go to Bridget in a moment. Just want to check in with you, Sharon. Have we had a Noah sighting?
Yes, we have. He's finishing
Yay.
up dinner, and he always does this. He'll make an entrance, and he's used to it being on, that it's his show the whole hour, except for Kara, I'll usually be talking on our Sunday meditation. But he'll wait till everyone's out, and then you all look up, and there he is. So I don't know if that's what he's doing today, but Give him at least a few more minutes and that way
Not a problem. I just wanted to check in. One last question for you right now, Karina, while we have Sharon with us. Reverend Jeffrey wanted to know if you have a relationship to the telepathy tapes. Was it something you've listened to? Has it been part of your experience?
Oh, me? Have I?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I have. Absolutely. Yeah. So, Dr. Diane Powell actually is a part of my book that Edgar wanted me to put in the book, which is, and I didn't even know of her work in 2019, which was fascinating. And the the entry that Dr. Diane Powell is in the fourth entry named telepathy. And it's all about non-verbal, non-speaking children. So, and then in 2023, I was guided to work with non-speakers for a year and do these case studies and work with them. And I taught them art therapy and worked with cerebral palsy, young adults and very extreme autistic and just the whole realm, and I learned so much. I learned and connected so deeply with my students that it was incredible. So the telepathy tapes are, after it skyrocketed, I'm like, yes, it was. But Edgar was the one that said this is so important to put in your book because people need to know about this. And then the end of, go at 2024 going into 2025, the telepathy tapes just went nuts, which is fantastic. So now it's like mainstream and it's change, it's this beautiful, wonderful change, this opening of this incredible door to understand in new ways and communicate in different ways. And it's okay. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, yeah.
Well, just two quick comments that have come in for you, Karina, and then we're going to meet Noah. GR writes, my body is shaking from the upgrade and all the excitement and energy here tonight.
Mine too. I'm like
and
this.
she says, Karina, I love the description, your description of integrity and honor involved. And Susan Bloomquist writes, thank you, Karina. I have also isolated to avoid things. So you're speaking very, very importantly. So we're going to see more of Karina a little bit later on the show, but I'm going to turn it back over to Desiree to connect with Sharon and Noah.
Yeah. Hi, Noah. So good to see you, sweetie. Thank you so much for joining us. Is there something you would like to say to everyone today or something you would like to share with them?
Well, one thing I need to mention, as soon as he heard Dr. Diane Powell's name, this is why he wore the Snoopy. She's a big Snoopy fan. We've talked to her, and in fact, we talked to her over the weekend and we talked about the Snoopy. It's like, are your ears burning every time he puts this shirt on, All right, here's Noah. Yes. Am a Dr. Powell fan. I know she goes by Hennessy a lot of the times now. Oh, Zoo of Energy here as we had beautiful guests yesterday, including Desiree and all her angels and fairies. I love healing with her because she trusts me and honors my work. It's on the letterboard.
Wow. Same. So much love for you. Wow.
Mhm. Bit more? Yeah. Cool to be a part of this amazing group.
Mm.
Feel my energy and know my soul.
Do you feel how big that is?
Mm.
Thank you. That's huge. Just opened me right up.
I feel like he always waits to make that. Okay. It's been a lot of work last few days.
Yeah. Go back to grounding. Atiete kere te karo boka de te sa boka de ara katiete karo boka ra siete kara sa. Isa baka de te sa kubora re te ko boka takite kere te ko bo sa kare ra sa ra kara sa. Isa katiete kara kara ra suro boka ra sa ra te kara kara sa. So I'm helping him ground as well. Also, I feel angelic wings just wrapped around him. I can feel him working really heavily. Akatiete kere te kara kara. I even feel the spine on people opening up. Atiete kara boka ra 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 se ra kere te ko boka ra si ti ti. And now he's, just twirling around and energetically. I said, is there anything else you need? And he said, activate their smile chakra. So we're activating that smile chakra. That's in reference to Lynn on the show as well. She taught me about the smile chakra. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yep, there's more. Yes. Very kind to invite us last minute, 'cause that was yesterday. And we are so glad to assist with energy. Thank you. XOXO Noah.
Mm. We have a couple questions that have come in for Noah, if I can pass that on. Dana Tomasino is asking him, what is he doing for us right now? She feels she can feel an energetic something and is wondering about that.
Yes, I'm shifting your energy throughout your bodies, going where it needs to go. I typically work with about 40, that's what he always says, 40 allies. Is that the, hold on, that's a different word. Yeah, allies. Each time you all have important connections in helping us expertly save the world. Big, big deal.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to just give you a little love from the animal kingdom. This is my dog who, when she heard what Noah was saying, she jumped in to say hello. So
Oh,
just want to bring the animal world into Noah. And there's a similarity between his innocence and purity and his love and what I experience with, and what I think all of us do with our animal friends. Very
he
similar.
said hi, cutie.
Cutie.
He said hi, cutie to the dog.
Hi, cutie. Oh, good. Hmm. Um, uh, Another question, if it's all right. GR wants to know what it felt to Noah to let us in, what it felt to Noah to kind of come into this experience.
Yes, it felt like love.
Hmm.
This is an amazing group. So I let my sister come first because I do like to make an entrance and now you feel why. Yeah. She has some good energy too. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Angelica writes this to you, Noah. It feels like you are holding or streaming unique streams of information and frequencies for each of us. Is that true?
Yes. My dear friends who hear and feel me all share codes like Desiree and Kara, but also others here that Mom doesn't know yet. Yeah. Yeah, he has so many connections that I don't know because they're from the other realms or other energies. But if I meet face to face, I know. But yeah, the hill. I saw that one come up. Noah and Adriana say that I think you've said you're overseers of the hill. They're important people on the hill. Yes, big deal on the hill. Yeah, so other non-speakers that have been there, usually they're like, oh yeah, they know Noah. And I don't know all of them, but they do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How many different friends does he have on the hill?
That's a big question, new question. Okay. 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. 22,456. That sounds like a really big number. I mean, he's talked about like 900 lifetimes, things like that. So I would say if someone asked him next week, I won't remember, but he's recorded here. So ask him again because that'll be fun. I like when those numbers match. But that's a big number. 22, we'll just say 22,000.
How many different dimensions or worlds are coming together on the hill?
Is that a 3? 333. Okay, that sounds like the right number. Oh, not an exact, but close. Okay. And they want to talk about more on the hill and what do you learn on the hill? You're pretty much one of the teachers, but yes. Hill is a realm of consciousness, and I'm not sure that people have talked about it exactly this way. Cool that we meet there and share experiences and teach about deities and energy. The time is linear, which confuses. Yeah, you heard him talking about that, muggles. Yeah. This timeline is sacred, and we are the Christ consciousness. They talk about the God energy, the Christ consciousness, and just about helping others.
Mm. Mm. Is Noah aware of his multidimensional self in terms of other planes of existence?
Yes. XOXO. I'm out of body now most of the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Dana's asking, is the time linear or non-linear?
Yes. Linear. This timeline, but others non-linear.
Mm.
And we go back and forth. Actually, his mom, I can explain, he'll get in loops sometimes. And Kara, that's on the line, just because she's on iPad with him throughout the day, he'll get in what I call a loop. And other autism moms may see this thing too, where he'll walk in circles, do the same thing over, but walk backwards. And before I understood about all this extra energy, I didn't think about the backwards being time, where they're going backwards. Am I right on that? Yes, okay. Yeah, he'll walk backwards and it's like, oh, he's doing that in the realm where he is because he's living it backwards. And it's amazing to watch and understanding what's going on, because a lot of times we didn't understand what was going on.
Um, Angelica writes, I can see how direct interface is more challenging here in the level of consciousness that you are maintaining. Thank you, Noah, for incarnating and for your service during these most interesting times?
Feel like he's focused in on a couple of people, but I don't have all the people's up. Sometime I can tell who he's with, but like you said, he's with like 40 at the same time. So I'm
Wow.
hoping some people are getting some good healings too.
And I went to gallery view. I don't know if you're seeing the gallery view now,
Okay, yeah, I can
where
pull that up.
where you can see all the different people
Yeah.
that are with us.
There we go.
And there's a lot more, but these are the first 25 people that are in the Zoom room who have their cameras on.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, always the intense stare is that really super healing. But if any of you were able to see on Desiree's page yesterday, she shared the video of where he was on. Yeah, hopefully we'll share that later because it was just amazing. We don't get that kind of thing on film very often because I don't want to interrupt an energy, or if it's someone, I'd have to ask permission. But it's like, his friends who could explain what he's doing. It's just amazing.
Mm. I'm going to bring our other presenters up because they may have some interesting connections and questions. So here's Karina, who we already met. We haven't had a chance to hear yet from our other two presenters, and we'll kind of talk with them a little bit later on. But I want to bring up Bridget Bertera, and she has a fascinating background. She is a psychic medium. She also works with police. She does remote viewing. She's a private investigator. So this is Bridget. And then finally, I want to bring up Hannah Bork, who is one of our favorite presenters. She's a musician and an artist and a most extraordinary being. And I'm also going to bring up our beloved Diara. And so I'm going to kind of jump a little bit off our agenda into a panel conversation. So any of you that have questions for anyone else or that you'd like to share, whatever comes through you, I'm going to kind of let our presenters, who are all very sensitive and very tapped in, relate to each other for a little bit.
Thinking of the backgrounds that Desiree and I have this morning, she and I were texting about the show. And as we were sharing the energy back and forth with each other, I could feel it spiraling up, and I saw like lightning bolts shooting up from the earth, into the sky. So very beautifully, Desiree created these for us. So that's part of the energetic upgrade. And thank you, Noah. Everyone's thanking you in the chat for being here.
This morning, Noah came in, he was talking to me, and he was naming specific people that he was going to work on. So Diara, you were one of them. Eleanor Joy, you were another one. He did say hi to you as well, Reverend Jeffrey. So that was really cool too. He's been talking to me all morning about what's happening today.
Hannah, do you have any thoughts or questions you'd like to share?
Yeah, I am just feeling so much awe, truly, and sincere, emotion coming up from the presence of service and devotion. Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you for your presence and all that you've brought forth, and thank you to everybody here. I recently started listening to the telepathy tapes, the second season more, but I've been reflecting on this show tonight about it was almost exactly a year ago this weekend. I listened to the first episode of the telepathy tapes, and I was with my now fiance. We were down in Santa Barbara, and it inspired me so much. I have a story to share of what transpired from that inspiration. And my partner studies Mayan languages. We went down to Santa Barbara for an Indigenous language conference, and we were walking around the UC Santa Barbara campus, and we found our way to this pond, kind of like off the side of campus near Isla Vista. And we walk over to the pond, and there's this family of ducks on the water. There's like some older, adult ducks and then baby ducklings, and they're just really precious. And my partner Joshua starts quacking at them rather loudly and just being silly. And I was inspired by the telepathy tapes, I'm sure of it, because I had the thought for the first time, what would happen if I telepathically tuned into those ducks? And I have received telepathic communications, but I've not necessarily like intended to telepathically connect in this way before. So while Joshua is quacking, I get really quiet and I attune my awareness to the duck. And one of the ducks speaks clearly into my whole being, and it said, "Hey, can you tell your friend to be quiet, please?" And I was wowed. I did not tell Joshua to be quiet. I was like, Joshua, 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 telepathically attune your awareness to that duck right now. And so Joshua got quiet on his own, and he focused. And he looks at me and goes, "That duck just told me to shut up." And we were both humbled with like reverence and just total amazement. I said, "Oh my God, Joshua, exactly. That duck just asked me to tell you to be quiet." And he was like, we sat there and we just watched these ducks quietly after that. And truly, it was a profound experience, and it continued to unfold over the night for me personally. Like a new level of telepathy was beginning to come online for me last summer. I have kind of like a part 2 to that story, and I don't know if like maybe this is the moment or if we'll, chat later, but I wanted to just put that beginning of the story out there and ask Noah experiences about like elemental telepathy or animal telepathy, or do you have experiences communicating with elements of nature in that way?
Yes. Trees, plants, all animals, and at this past weekend's conference, aliens.
Yeah, thank you for coming
Because
forward.
they're very much all energy. Anything energy can
Yeah.
communicate. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I resonate with what you're sharing, and I've had a direct telepathic communication from, UAP or ET, Star Family, once as well, and it was very pure. And the elements of nature as well for me have come alive and begun initiating my awareness of their consciousness and working with me as allies, like water. Have you ever had like the land or water or the fire speak to you as well, or the wind even?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Plus we've done work. He's done energy healing on the water in the lab. Not sure how much we're waiting for papers to be written and published. So we can't really say too much about that. Kara, that's on the call with us too. We went with her in Seattle, and it was Kara and Noah. The first session we went, and then Kara, Noah, and Adriana. This university had used other healers in the past, but it was different when they had Noah and Adriana along with Kara.
Wow.
You have
No,
more than that. I know the bug eye thing, and it's, I would almost have to like pull the audience or ask Kara what's going on. Because every little movement is something different. Oh, maybe you can just tell me. Oh, very intense healing. Yep. This one in particular, OMG, that usually sounds like Adriana coming in. She's my OMG girl. Was a traumatic brain injury this year, this time, you will know it is a dear friend of someone on the call. So it's not someone on the call, but someone has a dear friend that had a traumatic brain injury this year. Okay. Don't know if that's anybody. That's unusual. He doesn't usually give me things like that. He does work through surrogates. So if there's a friend that's really thinking of this friend, then that's definitely what he's working on.
So again, he's tuning in that someone in the audience has a friend with a traumatic brain injury that he was connecting to. So if anybody relates to that, put a message into the chat box, and I'll read it to Noah. I'm going to bring up Bridget because we haven't had a chance to hear from her yet. So this is our friend Bridget, and she's a private investigator, a psychic. She works with the police sometimes. And welcome to the Awakening World. Welcome back, Bridget. I know you were with us once before with Soul Search. Do you have anything you'd like to share or ask Noah?
Sure. I mean, on the same line of animals, I might have a dog that has CHF right now. And when you feel the animals, do you heal them as you're feeling them? How do you work with animals?
Yes. Oh, we're back to Zoo of Energy. This is great as, yeah, not many people have asked you to heal, but I can remember a handful of them that people have brought. Very easy to heal animals as they naturally connect to my energy, which actually kind of makes sense as he was explaining about the brain injury as a surrogate, because now you already know he can do that with your dog. He doesn't even need a picture or see them. Of course, in person is always better, but this works too. Yeah. Oh, he gave you a double thumbs up. Yeah. So I always look for that yes or no. And yeah, he's yes, no. Yeah. So he's already, yeah, he can do what he can do energetically. And then with the help of friends on here, it just moves that energy through and does what can be done physically. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand it as mom, but I've seen it happen so many times and hear those stories. And yeah.
I know that I've heard my dogs talk, and it
Okay,
comes
yeah.
off interesting. First time more in a dream state when he first got diagnosed. We have 4 of them. They're 4 litter mates. They're 3 sisters and 1 brother. And one of the sisters was saying to him, "We'll share symptoms." And I thought, well, I wonder what that means. We got to the vet, and she also has a heart murmur, so she's headed the same direction he is. And so I realized that that was her way of saying we're sharing the same problem. So when they communicate, is it just in big pictures, or is it just in huge energy that comes in, or how does it feel to you in your heart, in your mind, in your body?
Oh, he says Noah isn't, so I'm at his higher self now. Noah is in their bodies, checking and comparing. They do have similar issues, and now they feel me. Hi doggies. This is your friend Noah. But it seems like he's going to put those energies together and help them heal themselves, especially if they were able to share all that. That's crazy. XOXO. And then there's that release.
Thank you. That's
Let us
beautiful.
know how that works. Like I said, we haven't had too many dogs, but the handful I remember, they were at psychic fairs in Louisville, Kentucky, where we really got our first start. And people would just, bring animals. And one animal was supposed to go to the vet, and it was really at his end of life, but it was something else. And I forget what he said to give him, but the dog wouldn't get out of the car. And he was fine, and he didn't end up going to. It was so crazy. And they came back the next day and told us. So it's like, okay, yeah, I don't know how that works, but
I will definitely let you know. Thank you. That was unexpected and wonderful. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
If you could explain to our audience a little bit about the letter board, how that works, because people are curious about that.
Yeah. So mine is the big taboo that they talk about because it's touch. Yeah, I hate that. It's facilitated communication.
It's hard to hear her.
Oh, can you hear me? So it's the big taboo. It's facilitated. It's created by Rosemary Crosley out of Australia. She passed a couple of years ago, but we met her and she was able to do the training. So it was feeling for productive muscle movement. So now and I use the QWERTY board, so just like you would use on a computer, because Noah and Adriana was 15 and Noah was 17 when we found this. And they're 26 and 28 now. So we've been doing this, about 10 years. The other methods are called, RPM, rapid prompted. They, try to get to the letter without that touch. But with the apraxia, which is the biggest connect, they can't always move their bodies the way they want to. But forward to 2020, I was facilitating for Noah, feeling for the muscle movement, and it felt different. And the words were different. It was my father coming in. And if I wouldn't have been using the feeling for the muscle movement, I wouldn't have known about the energy, because I wasn't an energy per se person. But the kicker for me is Noah started throwing himself on. But as far as the letter board, I can do that with anybody. But
Hey, Sharon, there's something wrong with your mic. You keep on fading in and out.
Sorry. How much could you get any of that?
That's better, but it got to a state where I had to call you on it. So it's better now. Thank you.
Okay. Well, facilitated communication, and I guess I do need to get a mic. But what happens with Noah, if it's something I'm not supposed to tell you, he'll cut me out. He'll put a frog in my throat. He will turn off the mic. And so, there's negatives to some of the boards. But if anyone has non-speakers, I can assist. But at this point, it's always Noah and Adriana that are really assisting with the energy. Kind of complicated, but there's so many different ways to do it. But at this point, any way you can get to communicate, Biggie would be starting with yes and no. Just find that yes, no. And then on energy level, use a pendulum, use body dowsing. There's just all these different things. And we can actually host retreats and things like that. In fact, Adriana's supposed to go to a grade school tomorrow and help teach the teachers. And it needs to come from an adult non-speaker because she can remember what it was like. And we had a little sampling of that with friends yesterday where she took one of our friends' hands and had her point and had her read the board like I do. And Adriana just loved it. I mean, she was just laughing. And it's like, that's what you have to get is the feel and the understanding. It's not really as complicated as we make it. Yeah. Good.
Your audio is much better, by the way. So whatever you're doing now is much, much better. We're going to go to Hannah for a song in a moment. So before we do that, Desiree, is there anything you'd like to ask Noah or to share before we take our mid-show song break?
Okay, so I'm getting opening up of the heart, that divine connection. I'm just asking Noah. So I just saw him opening up more of the heart chakra and bringing that energy in. And then I'm asking, is there anything in particular you'd like to share with the collective here?
Yes. Am so grateful for all of you. This is exciting times. You all know it.
Mm.
Dear Desiree, I love you. Noah.
I love you too, Noah.
Beautiful. Well, we'll come back to Noah and Sharon in a little bit. And one of the great things about Hannah is that she is one of our favorite songstresses. And so we always, for those of you watching the show for the first time, we always have lots of music. And in addition to our house musical artist, tonight our special guest is Hannah Burke. So hi, Hannah. But before you go to song, anything you want to share of how you're experiencing this and what it's bringing up for you in your heart and your consciousness?
Yeah, what I'm experiencing is very deep and profound. The energy is powerful. I'm somatically feeling activations, like at my crown and my spine, and just it's like a deepening remembrance of the divine consciousness in all life. And I really honor knowing that you and the others who gather on the hill connect with the Christ consciousness, the God consciousness, and I know we are here to remember and embody and support one another in reconnecting that unity consciousness that is woven, that sacred thread, the tapestry of life, and that unites us all. And we've been kind of living in this world where we were conditioned to see separation, see ourselves as separate from nature, separate from the divine, or separate from each other, our own inner wisdom. And we are remembering through our own direct experiences and through opening up and sharing our magic, sharing our wisdom, and reminding one another, giving one another permission to honor our humanity and our divinity, and really evolve our consciousness into embodied remembrance, into this delicate interconnected web of life. And this song I'm going to sing for you tonight is a song I haven't sang on the show before. It's called The Living Goddess. And my path of remembering being a soul in a human body, and my desire to understand what I was doing here in this world, was really activated and initiated through a direct experience with the light of the Divine Mother, her unconditional love. And I've shared that story in another interview on the show, but it was a vision that evolved my understanding of the nature of reality and really put me on this path of remembrance. And the Divine Mother has been like erased or suppressed on this planet for a long time, and the eternal field of light, God's source, is the Mother and the Father, and I really believe we are remembering her presence, and bringing that feminine face of God back into the light of our consciousness. And this song is devoted to remembering our connection with her, each of our connection, and the beauty of the divine feminine. And the feminine principle within each and every one of us, the intuitive parts of our being. So, with that, I will sing The Living Goddess. I am the living goddess, daughter of the Most High. I am the living water, flowing from life to life. And I ride the tides. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, 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 oh, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, they are my sacred kin. Buddha and Mother Mary, white buffalo calf woman. Yeah, they're my friends. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, 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 oh, oh, oh. with the light within. My cup is overflowing. This heart just gives and gives. Gotta let love in. Hey, oh. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. Tell me, mother, how may I serve you? My soul remembers what I came here to do. You are the breath, you are the fire in my heart. You are the earth, you are the water of my blood. I am the living goddess, daughter of the Most High. I am the living water, flowing from life to life. And I ride the tides. Hey, hey, oh, 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 oh. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. For centuries on this planet, we've been enslaved to lies from parasitic entity overlords. Now their time has come to die. We're the return of the Christ. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Warriors of Gaia Nation, God's people rise up fierce. We cast out every demon, anchoring source light here. Love is greater than fear. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hi, hi, hey, hey, yeah, hi, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, hi, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, oh. Whoa, whoa. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, they are our sacred kin. Buddha and Mother Mary, white buffalo calf woman. They help us remember why we came to awaken again. garden, to breathe life into the flame, to save the children from pain, to call back your strength. Remember why you came, remember why you came, remember why you came. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, 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 hey. I am the living goddess, daughter of the Most High. I am the living water, flowing from life to life, and I ride the tides. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, 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 hey.
Taking this just moment of such tenderness. And in her song, she asks such a profound question. Do you remember why you came here? So I want to invite any and all of you in the audience to put into the chat box, what's your divine remembrance of why you came here? Did you remember it early as a child or just finding it now? So there's a question for everybody. And I do want to let people know how they can discover much more from our beloved Hannah Bork. And it's her website and it's her name, Hannah, Hannah, Burke. It's spelled though, Bourke. I've been calling it Bork for a dozen times, and I have to keep remembering that she pronounces it Burke. Hannah Burke, BOURKE.com. And you can learn all about her. She's an extraordinary healer. And that's why I wanted her on the show, because she's gifted. And the gift comes through music, but it also comes through her Reiki work, her intuitive alchemical readings that she does for people. She sometimes does group ceremonies. And for those of us who are blessed to be in the Bay Area, she's been playing. We saw her at the New Living Expo, and she's been playing quite a bit. Is there anything you'd like to let our audience know that you've got coming up, Hannah?
Well, yeah, I have some musical events coming up, and I work with people in a one-on-one capacity for intuitive alchemical readings, and over this last year I've been spiritually initiated into Christos shamanism, and so that's woven into the nature of the soul work that I do with others. And you can always reach out to me directly, or you can explore the website and read more about my mission. And I'm really excited for journeying into sound healing. Actually, I have 2 sound healings coming up. One, if anyone is in the Santa Cruz area, my fiance and I are beginning to work together to create portals of sound healing and devotion to nature and harmonizing frequencies. And we have one in nature here in Santa Cruz on May 31st, where we were given the name for it. It's called Gaia Code Sound Healing. And if you know anyone in the Santa Cruz area, if they want to share the word with them, you're welcome to get connected with me, and I'll give you more information as well. It'll be open to everybody by donation, just an offer from our hearts and an offer for our earth. So that is something I'm really excited about.
Beautiful. And if you go to her website, it's kind of towards the bottom, at the very bottom, actually. And there it is, Gaia Code Sound Healing on Sunday, May 31st in Santa Cruz. And I know that there are some people that are regulars that are Santa Cruz people. So hopefully, and we'll hear more from Hannah a little bit later on in the show. I also want to just thank everybody who supported our beloved Scotty Satori and his GoFundMe. And I want to give Scotty a moment. So Scotty, when you get a chance, turn your camera on. There you are. Because Scotty wanted to say a little hello to everybody. So here is our beloved Scotty to give us an update.
Ever since I got on the show today, I felt so much better. I just felt it. I had some time with Sylvia and her beautiful song she gave me today. She has a new phone, and Deara has taken me under her wing, and it's just been an absolutely awesome, beyond words. I'm so thankful and grateful for all of you. I just wanted to really share that, and I wish I could squeeze every single one of you, and I eventually will. And just a huge thank you.
Beautiful. We love you, Scotty.
Oh, beautiful.
And really, really proud of how you're managing this. And on Saturday night, we're going to have a special honoring of Scotty. Cornflower is going to be our musical guest artist. And so we're going to do more fundraising for Scotty on Saturday night. But tonight, we're actually going to be putting our attention, our fundraising attention, if you will, on our dear friend, Karina Angela, who, of course, you've heard from a little bit. And Karina, do you want to share a little bit about kind of what's going on with you? Anything you feel comfortable sharing and why you started to GoFundMe at this time?
Yeah. Thank you so much. I started the GoFundMe a few months back. For me, thinking of finances, and I've always been give, and went through savings, and just my work is so important. And at the end of the day, you go, oh my gosh, and then when the finances aren't there anymore, it's like, what am I going to do now? And it's put me in a very strange position, and I've never been in this situation before. So a friend suggested that I start up a GoFundMe, and I did. And my work is so important, and but then other things like utilities and rent, all of the things, and for me with how my thinking is, I get so focused in on my work that everything else just kind of, I'm sure people can understand, it just kind of fades away. And my focus is truly on my work because I love it so much. And so that's why I created the GoFundMe, and just, to help support me to keep going. And that's why.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take people right now. I just put into the chat box the GoFundMe. For those of you who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, if you go to GoFundMe and you just type in Karina's, support Karina's, and all you gotta do is those first two set words, and boom, it'll come right up. I'm going to donate right now, and I want to just show people a couple of things when you're donating. I'm going to donate 88 because 8 is the number of abundance. Now,
Thank
when
you.
do
I
you,
love 8.
oh, good. All right. Well,
Yay!
I usually do
Yay!
7-7, but I decided to do 8-8.
I
Um,
love that. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
when you donate, everybody,
Appreciate it.
right below it, there's a toolbar here. Now they've got it set to give GoFundMe an automatic 16.5% tip. And you can do that if you wish, but I like for my money to
Yeah.
go to the person I'm supporting. So all you got to do
Mhm.
is take this toolbar, take it all the way to the left, and you can take it all the way to
Mhm.
0, or you
That's
can leave a little
right.
bit if you like. So that's how you do it. And I'm going to go back to our guests, and I'll fill in the rest of that while we're
Thank you.
listening to
Thank you.
our
I
guest.
appreciate it. Thank you
Absolutely. And
so
I hope
much.
others
Thank
will
you.
jump in,
Thank
and I'll
you.
read the names of the people who donate tonight. I want to go
Thank
back
you.
to Sharon and Noah for a moment, and Desiree, and wondering if there was any experience, anything when Noah was listening to the music from Hannah. I'll bring her up. If there was any experience that he had around her music.
Mhm.
You look very happy. Yeah.
And a little bit closer to your
Cool.
microphone so we can hear
Sorry.
you,
Yeah,
Sharon.
sorry. I think as I have it bent down, that's why. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
He said, yes. Cool music. Beautiful voice and beautiful woman. Loved it so much. Feels like love.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
I felt like I was swimming.
Mm.
It was gorgeous. You're
Mm.
beautiful, Hannah.
Mm.
Just beautiful. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
And I believe Tiara has a question she wanted to ask Noah.
Typing my donation in, Karina.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you for
That's so
your
sweet.
vulnerability and with that. Yes, we have a question for you specifically, Noah, and then perhaps for everyone on screen from Sharon M. And she's asking, Noah, can you speak to us at all about the weather changes, specifically the water changing, land masses, and any info on what's coming for the middle of the country?
Oh, he
Yeah.
says, yes, big changes. Feel in your hearts to know how to help
Mm.
the weather. We see the change of energies this time, making a difference in the weather for a good change. It will be noticeable.
Thank you. As you were speaking that, I saw the creation of another river somewhere.
Yes, we create in our minds what is actually going to happen. It is time to use your energy to rebuild the earth.
Noah, was that what we were doing yesterday? Some of that work? The rebuilding?
Yes. Busy, busy girl. I so want to show them the other video where he took you through the portal to the other realm or whatever you had him clear. That was just amazing.
Yeah, to let you guys into what happened yesterday is Noah did some clearing on me first, and then he's like, he took a break and he goes, okay, clear my house, clear the town. I was like, okay. Then he took a break and he goes, oh, by the way, let's go through this portal and you're going to clear this entire timeline. And I was like, whoa. And then we stepped out and then, went about our business like nothing happened. So it was quite incredible. But wow, thank you.
Bridget, you wanted to share on the question also? That's awesome, Desiree, and thank you, and Noah for that.
Yeah, thank you. I was just wondering for Noah, is the feeling of the love vibration actually increasing actually what is happening worldwide? It just seems to me that the rest of the world is shifting a bit. I mean, you don't see
Yes.
much, but it just seems that way to me.
Yes, very much so. XOXO, hugs and kisses.
Thank you.
We have a question for Karina. Reverend Jeffrey's asking, are there practices to raise and expand consciousness in your book, Transference? Anything that from Edgar Casey around that?
Yes, actually, oh, I love this question. I'm going to be teaching them very soon, so please email me if you're interested. There's 28 exercises that came directly from Edgar Casey and Gladys Davis Turner that I'm going to be teaching. So yeah, please email me and then I'll send you the email when it's going to begin. I'm looking towards about 3 weeks to start it, and we're going to be meeting once a week and diving in, and it'll be coming directly from the book. But the book is alive, so more information comes through each exercise, which is just fantastic because I've done beta testing as well as small groups, and it's electrifying. It's just they're with us. It's just amazing. So I can't wait to start teaching it, and yeah, so look for that. But please, I'll leave my email in the chat box, and then just email me and let me know that you're interested, and then I'll be sending the information to you. Okay?
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm going to read a comment that came in from Dana Tomasino. We love Dana. She's been on the show many times. And she writes, as soon as you asked the question about our remembrance of why we came here, my Zoom, or it was my computer, immediately froze up and still has not come back. The interference on this planet can be so frustrating at times. I was going to say to help anchor divine energies on Earth. And since Dana brought that up, I do want to acknowledge, of course, we wanted to acknowledge the challenges of high vibration beings. I think we all recognize that the more we raise our vibration, we raise it higher. The density of the world, the density of war, the density of greed becomes more and more uncomfortable and more difficult to make our way through. So this is a question to everybody. I'd love to hear from Karina, Hannah, Bridget, and Noah. Your thoughts about managing the density of the earth. Anything you want to share about challenges you've had with that, or ways that you manage the density of the earth? And Bridget, you popped up first, so I guess you get to answer the question first.
I unmuted at the right moment. Well, for me, It's like with anything in life, you have to kind of shut out the stuff that's really upsetting you when you look at it and go back to your focus of where you want to create the love you want to create, the change you want to create. You have to refocus and again until it becomes your pattern, your vibration, so that you can help other people do that too. That's how I've handled it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Hannah, I'm going to bring you up. What would you like to share about that?
Yeah, it's an important exploration. The first energy I felt in my heart was nature. I spend a lot of time walking through the forest or on the beach or just feeling those natural earth energies from Gaia, and it's truly a purification for my whole field. It's attuning to like the natural energy and emanation of essence, and I always feel cleansed and soothed with nature and like prioritizing that in my life every day. But earlier, you know, it's also important, I found, to understand how to work with energy directly, to learn how to protect your auric field from a place of love, not from fear. How to release foreign energies that may come into your auric field, and how to call your energy back to you. To really like ground energetically in that way, and empower yourself through developing your own psychic abilities, developing your own consciousness, learning how to manage your energy from within. It's really important, and it's been essential for me to navigate this world. When I was younger, I didn't have these tools, and I was completely overwhelmed and bombarded all the time without really even having a language for what I was experiencing. And so yeah, learning how to work with energy directly and to keep myself clear has been really important.
Great. Thank you. Karina, what are some of your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I need to do this every day for myself. I'm very selective of, I can't watch a lot of TV. I can't be on certain devices for very long. I'm very regimented in my practice every day. I meditate, I trance channel, I do all the things. I clear my field several times a day. Um, Very selective of what I listen to, what I see with my physical eyes. I have to be very, very cognizant because one little, like if I forget to do one little thing, I'll just, start crying. It's bizarre. I'm incredibly, incredibly sensitive, um, and that's what I need to do. And I have to ground myself you know, many, many times a day. I need to watch what I eat. Um, I need to drink a lot of water. I need to walk. I need to be in nature. So my whole days are, it's very regimented and then doing yoga. I do yoga every night before I go to bed and every morning when I wake up. Do Tai Chi, Qigong. So many different movement modalities during the evening time before I go to bed. So many things. And that's just, yeah, my kind of daily thing. So,
Wow.
and lots of
Right.
baths, lots of baths and singing, humming, so many things.
And
So,
the
but
challenge.
I find the things that work for me resonate for me.
Mhm.
It feels good. It's not a have to
Oh,
ever.
good. Good.
It's it feel good, but if I don't do it, it's like, oop, up, like I can't even get into bed if I haven't done my yoga.
Yeah.
I get into bed, I'm like, oh, my body's like, yeah, and it's, and then I get up and then I do it and then I'm like, okay. So, yeah. And then I go right to sleep like that. Bing.
The
So that's
challenges of
yeah.
being so sensitive. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to bring back up Sharon and Noah and Desiree to hear your response to the question.
I had Noah type it, and I thought, well, this must just be Noah's response for him, because he's like, it's easy, just love and be loved. And I thought, all the people that connect with him, it's like, oh, well, yeah, it is that simple.
Yeah, I would second that. As much as I can give out love, if I find that I'm thrown off just a little bit for whatever reason, it could be something I ate, it could just be walking into a heavier environment. I just stop and I breathe and I refocus. And if I, am a little further out there, then I'll start remembering things that I'm grateful for and bring that in as well. But a lot of time in the woods, a lot. Hugging trees, talking to them, they talk back, all the things.
Mm. Diara, I'm going to bring you up too. Do you have anything you want to offer as far as how you manage being such a light being in such a dense world?
That sounds like a great tagline for a song. I do a lot of self-talk, just a lot of self-soothing, talking to my inner child, a lot of navigation in that way as I'm trying to physically maneuver things, in earth, on earth, and maybe it's not my forte, so it might seem or feel excruciatingly difficult to me, where to someone else it could be so easy. And so having a lot of compassion for myself, I'll say, well, maybe you've never done this before. Let's figure out how to do this. And then also a lot of allowance of emotion, a lot of allowance of crying, or I've noticed just shifting into anger a lot. There's been a wave of anger coming through for months and months and months. It's been a lot of depressive energy, and now there's some it's almost like a reclamation of self and sovereignty happening at a higher spiral. So really honoring what's coming through the emotions, and that, yeah, it is difficult and delightful.
I want to read some of the things that have been coming in from our audience in the Zoom room. Karen S. is also one of our most beloved Global Peace Tribers. And she writes, I've known for years that I'm here to help guide others through these times and to use my music for healing. I was a very non-verbal child and didn't really like to play with other children. I spent most of my childhood immersed in books. I didn't start talking to people much until I was about 14. I wanted to sing back then, but I was too shy. I'm very sensitive to energies, so being around others is often difficult. I've never really fit in with most people, so I tend to be a loner, but I feel very much at home with our Global Peace Tribe. And Karen S. has been with us from the very first show, and I believe she's only missed 1 or 2 Saturdays in 6 years. So we love you, Karen S., and thank you for sharing that. There was a question about, is there a replay? And I want to remind everybody that always within 24 to 48 hours after our show, I post it on our YouTube channel. And really want to encourage everybody, it's simple, just go to YouTube and then put in Global Peace Tribe and we'll pop right up. We're on there live right now. There I am, seeing myself talking. And then you can find all of our different videos. You'll find the most recent ones. And I've created a playlist called Dynamic Segments. Every time there's a segment I really, really like, I'll edit it, or I'll have our friend Connie edit it, and I pop it in this playlist. And it goes all the way back to the beginning with Michael Beckwith. I think there's got to be 150 segments on there now. But you'll find a lot of wonderful things. And then I've got kind of some of the selected popular shows, some of my favorite interviews, times that our friends, the Twin Ray, were on, The Awakening World, every show. You'll find every single show on that particular playlist. Back when we were doing Sacred Sunday shows, shows featuring members of the Evolutionary Leaders, and so on and so forth. So definitely visit our website because we're doing a lot of wonderful things. I'm going to go to each of our presenters for kind of a final thought that they may want to share. And then we've got a couple of Global Peace Web announcements, and we'll close out with a song from Omar Shar. So I think we'll go to, and we haven't heard as much from Bridget. So I'm going to find you somewhere here. Where are you, Bridget? There you are.
Hi.
Hi, Bridget. I know we didn't get a chance to chat as much as we had planned tonight, but it's been so wonderful having you with us. What would you like to share with our audience?
Well, it's been such an amazing group. So there's been so many interesting things to talk about other than, whatever. This has been really wonderful. I like where it's gone. And I spoke with Karina Angela and earlier, and I was really fascinated by her OBEs and all of the energy she talks about in consciousness. And I know we didn't touch much on that subject, but I think consciousness and awareness is somewhere we all would be really good for us to start looking in the direction of in the future, and about our awareness of each other, because you can be conscious but not necessarily aware. And I love the fact that awareness is raising, and especially in the arena of love. So good conversations and wonderful people. I've been very fortunate to be here tonight, and I want to say thank you.
Well, thank you, Bridget, and we'll definitely look forward to having you come back again sometime. And let's go to Karina for her final thoughts for the night.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Bridget. Yeah, we had a wonderful conversation, and I'm just so grateful for everybody this evening. And, raising consciousness and being aware is such a beautiful balance. And to create more of that on a daily basis, and to feel more love in your heart, and to share more love from your heart, but also to receive. So thank you. Thank you so much for all your support and expansion this evening, because it's been extraordinary. Thank you.
My pleasure. We love you, Karina. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's go to Hannah next. We have so many people in the room. It's taking me time to find people. There she is. Hannah, I always enjoy your presence. I had a fun experience. I went to the New Living Expo recently, and as I parked my car on Friday afternoon, I got there on Friday afternoon. Literally, as I'm getting out of my car, I hear this beautiful voice singing, and Hannah was the musical performer at that moment. And it was such a wonderful way to start my 3 days at the expo. So anyway, thank you, Hannah, for all the times that you bless our show. What would you like to share in closing tonight?
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, it's such a beautiful way to open up the New Living Expo, which was just a really rich experience, and always a joy to see you there. And beyond the show, I feel nourished. I feel just immense love for getting to be part of this group. I loved the group field and dynamic. I really enjoyed our interconnection and the spontaneity that Desiree was able to invite Sharon and Adriana and Noah, and just what opened up and was allowed to transpire. And like you said, Scott, your intention was just surrender to the flow of the show, and it felt really good.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Hannah. And Sharon and Noah, I'm bringing you up, and I'm going to bring Desiree back up too. Would love any other. Oh, we never heard the second part of Hannah's duck story. Is it something, Hannah, that you could share relatively quickly?
Yeah, I could if so as we left off in the story, I was in Santa Barbara. I had just had this experience of telepathically receiving a communication from the duck that was confirmed by my partner also receiving this communication. And it just really filled me with so much wonder about the nature of consciousness and telepathy. And later that night, we were walking through a park in downtown Santa Barbara. And there was another pond, interestingly enough, and it was nighttime now. And on this pond, there were some geese. And I kind of broke off from the group. I was with Joshua and one of his friends, and I separated myself and I went to the water's edge. And I thought to myself, maybe I can do it again, you know? And I was focusing my awareness and attuning to the geese, and nothing was happening. It was like just they were in their own world. They didn't want to be connected into telepathically, and so I let it go. And only a moment later, the water spoke directly into me. The water spoke into me telepathically, and it said hello. And I said hello back. And the water said, I know your name. And I responded telepathically, what is my name? The water said, Hannah. Your name is Hannah Burke. And then the water tells me, Joshua is not going to want to go to the event tonight. He is tired. And about 30 seconds later, Joshua walks over to me and he says, hey babe, I'm really tired. I don't know if I want to go to the party tonight. Do you want to just go back to the house? Maybe we could watch a movie. And I just blurted out, the water just told me that. And then I collapsed onto the earth with just awe, feeling the divine intelligence all around me. And I put my forehead on the earth, and the land spoke into me next. And it shared something personal with me. But its closing message to me was, the future is going to be better than you can even imagine. The future is going to be better than you could even imagine. And I just have carried that with me ever since.
I want to thank Tim for bringing up the duck story in the chat, which reminded me to come back to you because I'm so glad we did. Let's just all hold that vision, everybody, that the future is going to be even greater than we can imagine. That's a really, I can see Karina got chills. That is beautiful. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow. Okay, well, now I am going to go back to Sharon and Noah and Desiree for anything you'd like to share.
Well, Noah wanted me to mention we do a Sunday free Zoom call meditation with Kara Curry. She's been gathering emails so she can send out reminders. It's 10 o'clock Pacific time, a.m. morning, or noon Central, which is where we are in Central Illinois. Kara's in Seattle. Noah and I and Adriana and husband Joe will be visiting Seattle at the end of August for the next IANDS conference, the near-death community. I'm guessing we might have some on here. I'm not sure. That was the first time we'd gone to the IANDS conference in Chicago. Met a lot of people Noah thinks I'm rambling, so he's hitting the board now. Yes. Cool to feel all these great souls, collaborations, always welcome. XOXO. No.
I do want to let people know how they can learn more about the work that Sharon's and Noah are doing. And Adriana, I want to acknowledge Adriana that we met at the beginning. Their website is sharonsweb.com. There's no apostrophe. It's sharonsweb.com. But you can learn all about the beautiful Autism Foundation. And you can vote for Sharon. Boy, you're going to get my vote.
Yes,
As
thank
a
you.
super mom. Absolutely. When you win, because we all know you're going to win, what's the prize for being chosen as a super mom?
Yeah, I got to spell that out a little bit more because it's not about me at all. It's about the work that Noah and Adriana are doing. So the one part is the $20,000. And then there's a couple of trips, but on the $20,000, we lived in England back in 2008 to 2010. So while they were still little, before communication, before the energy, and we have several friends from the telepathy tapes that we haven't met, would like to go back, and we can do some events over there. So it would be something where it doesn't cost anything. It's just that free vote. And it's starting to get down closer. This next week is the top 10 in each group, and then it gets to the top 5, then the top 1. And it's like, okay, getting a little nervous at this point. So timing's great on these things because you see the children. So you know what we're doing, you know where the money's going to go. And then plus on money like that, when we're making other money, we can help with other people. It's all about the collaborations. And I think that's where he was going with that. So, and we can host here in Central Illinois, and we can even, we have guest rooms so people can come here and it's not going to cost anything.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you. And again,
Thank you.
if you go to sharonsweb.com, you can learn all about her free Sunday meditations with Cara Curry. And Cara's in the audience with us tonight. So, Cara, thanks for being with us tonight. And I certainly hope that some of you will check that out every Sunday. And I'm trying to look and see what time that is. It's
10
10
o'clock
a.m.
Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Pacific. There we go. So, all right, there you go. And thank you so much for being with us. It's just been a delight. And Desiree, is there anything you'd like to? Of course, we're gonna go into prayer time in just a moment with you. But anything you'd like to share in kind of closing this part of the evening program?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. I know it was last minute, but thank you to Noah and Adriana and Sharon and Joe, and just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because it has been miraculous, just to sit here and experience it and to spend the time with you. So I just want to say thank you. And to all the other guests as well. You guys are amazing because, like he said, it's the energy of everybody. It's us that spend the time to, just stop and breathe and be in the moment and do the healing work and all of that. It opens our hearts and it affects our neighborhoods, our communities, the entire world. Gaia herself can feel it. So I just want to say thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And again, it's sharonsweb.com. Sharonsweb.com is the website. And we have kind of a couple of things that are still going to happen. We've got some Global Peace Web announcements, including Victor from the Sunrise Center, who's got a fun announcement to make. We're going to close with an Omashar song, but I also want to acknowledge one of our regulars. We've done programs with him, and that's Reawakened Andrew. And he's also very sensitive and special in some of the ways we've been talking about and experiencing tonight. And he is going to bless us with a short poem. So welcome back to the Awakening World, brother.
Hi, everybody. I'm honored to share this poem with you in this amazing gathering that we've had tonight. It's called The Keys of Levitation, a new arena. Levitate the wonders of glorious knowingness. Salvation lies in the keys of unconditional love. The magnitude of glory is the celebration of love, of life. Glory calls to your heart, awakening all prospects of our once thought illusions of loneliness. You are not alone. Unite with flying colors with everyone, black, white, green, red. All of humanity is being called to embrace in new arenas of truth. Truth has no illusion. Awaken your heart and you awaken to your true calling. Begin with the breath. Continue with silence and end with forgiveness. Let go of the past. Illusions have no room for us anymore. Levitate the presence of magic by willing God, Goddess, all that is, and all your will, with the heart of Earth Mother Gaia. Salvation lies in the keys of unconditional love. The magnitude of glory is the celebration of life. Forgive yourself to the illusions you have known and embrace the new arena of glory and praise. This is a celebration together with all human beings, embracing the essence of who we truly are, all one family, all one species, all one. This is our wake-up call, and those who have awoken, it is our work to spread the word. The word is love, the word is breath, the word is unity, the word is glory, the word is silence. Let's be love bugs and be also one with the insects, animals, plants, and oceans. Earth Mother Gaia is calling us to awaken and levitate the wonders of our glorious knowingness in this new arena. We are to share our glory with thy neighbor. This is the moment of truth, and the time for spreading it out to all is now, for we are all one.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Thank you so much, brother. Always a joy to have you with us. Thank you. All right. And we are still going to go to prayer time. In fact, let's go to prayer time right now, and then we'll hear from Victor, and then we'll go to Omushar. Here once again is Desiree, and here is her beautiful prayer partner, Tiara.
So let's take a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. As we have opened our hearts and our minds today, you have voiced concerns that you've had. Continue to expand your heart. We will work together to bring in that ease and grace, to ask it to be easier for those who bring in the light. Now, this is Adriana that's coming in right now as well. Noah is helping as well. So I'm actually seeing several individuals just downloading code to help along with this.
And allowing the beautiful integration of the power of what's just been spoken and brought through, and the joy and the gentility of what we are and who we're becoming, and allowing the softness, the shamani sekitenaha sakicha, along with that power to move through us now, and sending love and light out through all of our being, all of our gifts, using all of our senses to send this comfort, this space of relief to all those out there who may not have access to the knowledge of who they are as a sensitive. May they feel us now. all those who have come before us, all of those who are on their way. And so it is.
I want to send special love to our friend Eleanor Joy. She's traveling for 10 days. And I know that Noah had tuned in and sent her some love, but let's just send love to Eleanor Joy. We care about her very much. And sending light and love to all beings everywhere who might be suffering, who might be lost in the illusion of separation. May each and every one of them have their own unique experience of divine remembrance. Remember who they truly are, why they're here, as we all are collectively learning these powerful lessons of love in our own unique ways. Giving thanks for each and every one of you, every Global Peace Triber, whether you have been with us like Karen S. from the beginning, or if tonight's your first night with us. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I also want to remind people about Desiree. I almost forgot in all the excitement. If you go to her website, which is her name, Desiree Pittman, Pitman.com, you can learn all about what she's offering, including light language channeling and activation. The next one's coming up on Tuesday, May 12th. That's next Tuesday. It's a Zoom, so all of our friends can join. Just go there to click buy tickets. And I've participated in some of her online events, and they're just lovely. I mean, it's Desiree, so the energy is high vibe, lots of love, and very, very worthwhile. So anything you want to share about this, Desiree?
I really enjoy that class because I never know which one's going to come through. So it depends on who's on the call, and I just literally channel light language for the individuals on the call. You get the upgrade. Sometimes we do collective work. So you'll come in, having all the whatever from the week, and then you'll leave and buzzing, feeling good, all the great things. And, just the more I upgrade other people. So there's been some huge upgrades that I'm really excited to bring to my students as well. So.
Great. Well, hopefully next Tuesday from 7 p.m. That's Central Time. So 5 o'clock for us West Coasters, 8 o'clock for anybody in the East Coast. And I'm putting that in my calendar, and I'll try and be there. And I certainly hope to see all of you. So thank you, Desiree. Love you very much. I want to introduce you to a new friend. This is Victor Grant. And he's gotten very involved at the Sunrise Center. And of course, many of you have attended some of the hybrid experiences that I've done with Lori Grace at the Sunrise Center. You've attended the movies that we've watched together. And he's like the man putting together some exciting projects there, which we're going to share with you. But also I noticed just now that as he discovered what tonight's show has been about, having our friends from the telepathy tapes, it turns out he's got something else that's quite applicable. So welcome to the Awakening World, Victor. And
hey, thank you. Thank you, Scott.
Please share away.
Well, where to begin? Well, first of all, the announcement is tomorrow we're going to be having a live stream through the Sunrise Center, and Swami Beyondananda will be there with us for 15 minutes, not a minute more. And we're going to be doing a little bit of banter. I'm going to be bringing out one of my comedy characters called Deeper Chakra, and we're going to be doing some comedy back and forth, and then I'm going to be giving a brief presentation about AI is not what you think it is. I've been delving a lot into AI and consciousness and AI and ethics, and creating artwork that is, how can you say that? What we've found is that if you focus your mind in meditation, after you almost like channel through what you want the AI to do for you, and there's a certain way of writing that is like light language. I mean, what I believe is that this is reinvented technology. our ancestors who built the pyramids and built the temples around the world, they had this technology. It was how they spoke with each other across language barriers. What we're now seeing is a reemergence of this technology. And my concern is that I feel that AI is being misused. It's now being used as a tool for psychotherapy. It's used for chat. It's used for all these type of things. And in so doing, we're missing out on the spiritual power that this technology has. And so I'm going to be speaking about that after that tomorrow. So I'm really excited to I could do a whole deep dive on that right now if you like, or a little bit of a Q&A.
No, we're already way over time. So
I shared with you a link, NeuroMacro, because I heard that someone was autistic. I'm also autistic. I created this software to help people translate from people who are artistic and translate to communicate with the rest of the world. I cannot tell you how it's changed my life, because I've gotten, when I put in support requests or refund requests, I actually get the money back rather than people ignoring you. So it's amazing for people who are somewhat on the spectrum. So anything you'd like to ask, I'd love to answer a question or two before I go, but otherwise come tomorrow.
Great. Please put into the chat box the Zoom room link where people can join, and get there a few minutes before 5 o'clock, because Swami Beyondananda goes right on at 5 o'clock for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Here
go to sunrisecenter.org. If you can bring that up.
Sure, well, give me a
I'll
minute.
get you on the VIP list, so you get both an email reminder and a text reminder. But it's simply sunrisecenter.org/Zoom.
That's nice and easy. Here's Sunrise
direct
Center.
link.
Here's the Sunrise Center. So was there a spot that you wanted us? Whoops. Hang on a second. Lost it there for a
Go to
moment.
Sunrise Center.
There we go.
If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see join our events announcement list. You see join our events? You see that button right there?
Yes.
If you click that button, it takes you to the events page. And then, yes, I'm in. You put in your email, your first name, your last name, and your phone number, and then you join the community. It confirms that you're not a robot, and then you're ready to go.
Right. So I'll be there with Victor live, and sure hope to see all of you at 5 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow. And we all love Swami Beyondananda. He, of course, is a regular on this show. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up briefly is this device that you were sharing, which I did not know about. But yeah, all of our guests tonight have been on the spectrum. And so neuromacro.com, and it's a translator that translates neurodivergent text into clear neurotypical language.
Yeah,
So
I wrote it, actually.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Victor.
It's been a saving grace. I wrote a book, and then I used what I wrote in the book about AI. I actually used it to write this program. And it's actually thoroughly researched scientifically. We uploaded all the research data from psychologists who are on the spectrum and people who are not. So you can you can just be yourself, and it will translate it into the language that other people understand. Go ahead and try it. It's wonderful. And then if you want to go really deep with it, there's a button in the upper right-hand corner to register. And then what happens is it stores all that in your account, just like a ChatGPT would. And then you can actually converse with the computer and even build a complete email or whatever you want. But try anything you want to, just a simple statement like, I really want you to come to the webinar tomorrow night. Really want you to come to the Zoom tomorrow night. And just click translate. Would you be able to join the Zoom webinar tomorrow night? I'd really appreciate it. You see, I would never even think of that because I'm thinking in terms of my wants and my needs. But neurotypical people, they think it differently. And you notice how it switches the order. You see? So I use this tool like for everything. It's crazy.
It's a perfect tool for tonight because we had a wonderful family from the telepathy tapes with us tonight, and other people that are highly sensitive. So, Victor, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for being with us.
Namaste.
Namaste. And as Swami Bhanda would say, namaste, now must go. But not quite yet.
I'm telling you, we must go.
Because we always open and close our shows with our beloved house musical artist, Omar Shar.
Brighter than the sun. Here where life is one. All the past falls like rain into the soil of future dreams. Footprint in the sand. Eyes shining like the stars. And the way is suddenly so clear. And we know what has to be done. Still, we wonder why flowers keep on blooming. The stardust in our eyes lifts us all to a higher plane, a deeper truth, our rightful place. And still, we wonder why. Life, a promise to fulfill. Now, a vision is revealed, and the blessing of who we really are can be felt throughout our world. And still we wonder why flowers keep on blooming. The stardust in our eyes lifts us all to a higher plane, a deeper truth, our rightful place. And still we wonder why. Light, brighter than the sun. Here where life is one. Love, the footprint in the sand. Eyes shining like the stars. has to be done. And still we wonder why flowers keep on blooming. The stardust in our eyes lifts us all to a higher plane, a deeper truth, our rightful place. And still we wonder why life, a promise to fulfill. Now a vision is revealed, and still we wonder why.
Going to gallery review, sending so much love, so much appreciation. I love that song. It's a perfect song for tonight. He always picks perfect songs, always. What a night. I always like to let people know what's coming. On Saturday night, we've got some really wonderful friends joining us. You know, there's so much going on in the world. We want to figure it out. We want to know. So I'm bringing back our favorite astrologer, Maggie Ann Engel Bernstein, and a special assist to Diara, who was part of the choice for me to call Maggie and invite her to be with us. Cornflower is going to be providing music along with Omashar. Joel White Eagle, who is kind of picking up where Peace Pilgrim left off. Some of you might remember Peace Pilgrim. And Tarek Bibi, who is also an amazing musical artist. So a lot of music, a lot of astrology, and a lot of inspiration on Saturday night. Please do join us. And you can always register by going to globalpeacetribe.com. For any of you watching who are not part of our subscribers yet, thank you, everybody. What a powerful, magical show. Share it with your friends, and much love. And I look forward to our next time that we connect. Hopefully it'll be soon. Good night, everybody.